Hey everybody, it's me, Jonathan Millard, the voice of the Vale, back with another Big Hype podcast, brought to you by our great sponsors, Hype Energy Drinks, Bravos, protect yourself at all times, boxing gloves and equipment, our new sponsor, Combat Ticks, and of course, please support our charity of choice, Boxers in Need. But joining me tonight in our conversation is an up and coming really boxer, but he's shaking his head. He's like, but quite an established fighter in regards to lots of different disciplines as well, not just boxing. And I'm sure we're going to find out more about it. But please welcome Conan the Barbarian Murray.
How we doing? It's a punny name, innit? It's a punny name. I couldn't have gone with anything other than the Barbarian with a name like Connan.
You can't, mate. You can't. You have to copy that. You have to do that. It's iconic as it is, anyway. But yes, no. We'll ask you the same question I've asked everyone who comes on the podcast to start us off, and we'll see where the conversation goes. Because
awesome.
There's a lot more to this, I know. So, how and why did you get involved in boxing?
So, it's always been a family tradition to box, whether it's just at the amateur or just going to the boxing gym. It's always been a bit of a family tradition. My uncle used to box. My family used to box before then, so it's always been a tradition. And whether you went from the amateurs, had one amateur or whatever you did, that was it. But I seem to have caught the bug, but sort of like through my life, it's just like it's just been on the back shelf. I went to university. I played rugby at a quite high level. Did a bit of unlicensed boxing on behind the scenes at uni. But yeah, it was not till lockdown that I thought I'm coming to 30 now, and I'm at last prime years. Got a good. You argue it. You look at Usyk. He's 38 and he's still tip top in this. So you argue where is these prime years, and only time will tell with me. But I just thought, you know what? I don't want to be that guy sitting in the pub at 40 plus going, I could have had a go at that. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to absolutely put everything into it. I've got a great career that can back me being a boxer. I run my own gyms. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a strength and conditioning coach for other professionals across the boxing world, the MMA world, powerlifting, all sorts of areas of expertise in terms of strength and conditioning. And I thought, let's just have a really good go at this and put everything into it and see where we go.
Yeah, because you can see that on Instagram. I mean, I've gone through doing a bit of research on you, trying to find out a bit more about you and what's going on with your life. And I mean, you've trended across a number of different disciplines and events, sort of things. I can see you've done the bodybuilding and the muscle.
Yeah.
You can see that in you. Anyway, your physique is fantastic. But you also stepped into the cage as well.
Yes.
So
yeah.
What came first? Let's take it back. What came first? Was it the amateurs? Was it just stepping? How old were you when you stepped into the gym first?
So I wouldn't say I had a troubled childhood, but I had a complicated childhood. And when I come away from it all, I was quite a chubby lad, believe it or not.
Just like me then. That's fine. I'm a chubby lad.
Yeah. Then I just got into the boxing gym, and I just did it to lose weight. Stay in shape, follow the family traditions. As soon as I moved to Doncaster, that's where my family originate from. Although they've spread branches across the world now. This is where it all began with sort of my family, and went to the boxing gym that everyone went to at the time, and. You know what happens is when you start getting a bug for it and you enjoy it. Listen, I've heard many a tales of young lads go into the boxing gym just for fitness and end up fighting, and that's just how it goes. Yeah. Young lads, full of testosterone, they just want to go and have a fight, don't they? And what better place to do it in a controlled environment where it's under specific rules and it can be managed.
Yeah.
So, I caught the bug. So that was first for me. That must have been at the age of about 14 for me.
Okay.
And I've never been out the gym since in terms of like general fitness or anything like that. So I've always been consistent with that, not so consistent with my boxing.
So amateur boxing started off with, obviously, like you say, the Burger family was in there. You just sort of carried on that amateur, that thing. When did you realize that you were able to switch between different things? When did you start realizing actually boxing's all right, but do you know what? Jiu-jitsu is pretty cool.
Yeah.
BJJ, let's try that. Maybe MMA, when did it sort of like, well, I'm going to try a different avenue,
Do you know what? It was never planned. I went from boxing, started playing basketball. I'm 5'8". Started playing basketball. Started playing for the Manchester University team. I got into the first team there.
Yeah.
Then realised that wasn't really suiting the build that I acquired. And I got recruited to the rugby side of the university. Ended up playing for Manchester first. Then ended up playing for the regional team. Then I had trials for the England student squad.
Wow.
Then I played a little local. And then all in between that, I was doing unlicensed fighting. So just signing up, doing some white collar, getting a little bit of money for it while I was at uni, which is great. Yeah, get to have a fight, get a bit of money for it, get a win, up your reputation, as it were.
I was going to say, turn up to those lectures
yeah,
on Monday morning
cool.
with black eyes.
That's what you want. Yeah, perfect. So that's what we want. That's what us lads want. I actually fell into bump. It was a funny thing because I said I wanted to start, and it's just the stars align, I guess. I jumped in. I said to my wife I want to start boxing again. Mm-hmm. I went to my old boxing coach. He just said he didn't have the time for me to put in. He had a few other pros at the time, which is fair enough. You don't want to take a whim on a 30-year-old. Some people don't. Do you know what I mean? Although if you know a bit about me, you probably would do, because I'm committed. I know I'm staying in shape. I'm always in the gym. Just need to hone the boxing skill. But anyway, my wife bumped into a promoter who runs a show in Doncaster called Cage Steel, which is cage boxing, MMA. So I didn't go into the MMA side of it. I did what was called cage boxing. It was kind of its own sport, really. I went into cage boxing, and he gave me a chance. I could sell a few tickets. I was a popular lad. Put me on a few shows. I think I won 4 or 5 fights in the first round within the first minute. Fought for a title, won my title. I signed with Steffi Bull after the title win because I was like, well, there's not really anywhere else I can really go with this unlicensed boxing stuff. And Steffi had a punt on me. And here we are now.
It's just, I just love the fact you just took a punt and you just went, yeah, go on then, let's have a go.
Yeah, he put me in the ring sparring.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of raw, like my cage steel fights aren't anything special in terms of boxing prowess or skill. I'm just mauling people and just getting them out there. So yeah, he must have looked at me and gone, you know what? He's a big dude, but he's only 5'8". Needs to get a little bit smaller and cut the weight, or he's going to be fighting giants. But there's something to him, and he took a chance on me, and I hope I've sort of fulfilled expectation as where we're at now, and hope I go above that.
Well, I think that's fair enough. I mean, you say you were muscularly built. You were obviously what weight were you when you first started the pro?
I debuted at light heavyweight.
Okay.
I'm super welterweight now. It's mad, isn't it? You hear a lot of stories like that, though. Do you follow the MMA at all?
I used to announce a lot quite.
Volkanovski at the minute.
Yeah.
Volkanovski come from the rugby scene. Did you see the size of him before he started? And now he's like, what is he, lightweight or something? Tiny guy, but winning world championships and unbelievable. But he still holds that stature, but he's just dropped down the weight.
He's just Yeah, a long time ago, I used to do a show in Manchester, actually, Bolton area. So I've announced Paddy Pimblett, I've announced Tom Aspinall, I've been around, Meatball McCann, and all these names that they've gone into the UFC and now and stuff. And they're going, I announced them years ago. And there's a couple of guys that I remember coming over from rugby and other sports that just have a go, to see what it was like. And they are now doing better, and they've slimmed down, trimmed down the right weights, whatever. I think you have to find your weight. I don't know whether that's what you had to do naturally.
Yeah, listen, I knew I carried power. I even carried the power big, but I know my nutrition. I know my body. I'm very much a realist at 5'8", unless you're someone like Canelo.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You need to start managing that and seeing where you can get to. And I've had a lot of time, a lot of fights, and assess the weight and gone, do you know what? I can go a bit lighter. And I've been lucky because I've got a massive support base. So people, I can do day before weigh-ins and pay me fighters a little bit, my opponents a little bit more money on the home shows to do day before weigh-ins. So I can really test where I get to. A lot of fighters, don't really get that. Especially these up and comers that haven't had massive avenues to come through. It's like it costs a lot to fight, and people don't realise that. They think, they just see you fight, all the glory. But yeah, it's expensive on these small shows, and it's like you got to sell a lot of tickets. I'm quite fortunate that I have a big support base that allows me to sort of go, listen, we're going to do a day before weigh-in. We're going to see where I can get down to the weight, and I've been quite fortunate. I found my weight fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Big Hype Podcast, sponsored by Hype Energy Drinks.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. People don't know. I mean, I've done nearly 50 of these podcasts, and we've touched on this several times about ticket sales and about, you're paying out to have your boxer opposite you to box, the right level, maybe sometimes international. You have to pay for that. It's not the promoters that do that. You do that so that you can have that fight. And I think more people need to know that.
Absolutely.
So it's just showing that light on the world of what actually goes behind. And like I say, you can sell.
It's not all sunshines and rainbows.
It's not, mate. It's not rainbow. It's not no, definitely no unicorns or anything. Maybe, but I'm not going to go on it because I'm technically an official, so I'm not going to go into it too much. But it's a weird world that we operate in, and the fact that we have.
It's a funny sport. And it's a cruel and forgiving sport, and people don't see that sort of side of it. They don't see the stress that comes with that while trying to prepare for a fight.
Because you're on the sales side, you're a salesman as well. You're doing all that business as well, running around, dropping off tickets to people, late night pickups, and then people let you down. And you think, oh, Jesus Christ, I just need to sell another 5 tickets and I'm good. It's all that stress. And at the same time, you're training, you're trying to get yourself over that and getting ready into the ring.
I'm desperate for a burger. Trying to make weight. While still trying to juggle, trying to sell tickets.
Trying to avoid the drive-thrus. Yeah,
yeah.
That's all right. Good man. So you debuted in 2022, technically, as a professional boxer.
Yeah.
As you say, you went through all the rigmarole of getting that license. I mean, that's not cheap. Scans and so on, everything else every year. You had a number of good fights to start off with. I mean, we went almost all of them started going the distance. But you had a couple of stoppages early on as well. You stopped Zane Clark. You stopped what was the other one? Martin Shaw as well. Then you've sort of brings us up to pretty much where we're near sort of modern day. But you did have a couple of things. Anything pop out? Any sort of fights that stand out to you? I mean, Dale Arrowsmith is another great, great journeyman. You've got a couple of good names in there as well. So, anyone stand out to you?
The biggest standout, and this is going to be maybe a surprise, maybe not. Not in terms of boxing skill, because he's a good kid. He was a good winning boxer before he went on the road. Is Harry Matthews. My debut was an eye opener. I thought generally coming into boxing. Early doors, I'm going to iron people out. Honestly, honestly, that's what I thought. I thought all these unlicensed fights and all this, never going past the first round. I just thought these kids are just going to roll over. I'm going to hit them and they're going to roll over. And Harry gave me probably one of my tougher fights because I only won by a point. He come and brought it, and I think it was a welcome to the big to the proper game now. So yeah, I'm actually good friends with Harry now. So that's a good thing about boxing is you hit people each other in the face, and then you become good friends. So yeah, that was the eye opener for me, and it was a wake up call that I needed. That this is like you're in the big leagues now, and everyone's tough.
That's good. So yeah, it's kind of like, okay, you've played in the second league, first division, championship league. Yeah, but this is the Premier now. Let's be honest.
These are the big dogs now. Yeah,
you're up against the likes. Some of these guys have been around for a long, long time,
and they've been the distance with top boys. Do you know what I mean? They've been the distance with some top level lads. I mean, look at Harry. Picking Harry again, he's been the full distance with Chris Eubank Jr.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, guys, serious dudes.
Seriously tough guys. A lot of the journeymen are. I think a lot of people sort of see it as, it's easy work for them. They get turn up and they get paid. But actually, there's a lot to it. There's a lot more to it, educational as well. Like you said, he gave you the education on that night. He was like, welcome to this. This is what this is about. It's not what you did all that time before in the cage and on that license. This is what it's about. So,
yeah,
fair play to him. We're progressing slowly through this system now. You're on a trajectory, I think, of sort of getting in that sort of realm of challenging for some championships. I think now I'm sure your team are probably thinking about this right now with you. Anything sort of that was on the cards, perhaps in the next couple of fights or so for you? Or is there anything planned? You've got ideas?
There's a lot of ideas bubbling. I don't want to jinx it, so I don't particularly want to talk about it at the minute because I just want to get that. I want to get it over the line. But there's some really good fights potentially, and there's some coming over the line. Area title stuff, we're not looking at. Let's put it that way. We're not looking at area title stuff. I am mandatory for the area title. The central area.
Central, yeah.
That was coming off my last win. But we're not pursuing that. It's been a bit of a complicated process. That a bit of a frustrating one.
Okay.
There were points where it looked like the eliminate was going to be for the title. We still don't know what's happening with it. It's not been defended for over a year.
I'd say it's pretty much vacant then, is it?
Yeah,
really?
March 24 was the last time that title was defended, and it wasn't defended; it was won. So it's not been defended. So we don't know what's happening with that. I'm not waiting forever for them sort of fights when I think I've got a good enough win to get me a little bit above that. So that's where we're at. So some exciting times. Just waiting for confirmation now.
Yeah, I could say these things and I can just drop the sort of little tidbits in, and you can ignore them because you haven't got to answer them. But I mean, obviously, the next step is English. The next step beyond that would be British. And then obviously Commonwealth or European. I think those two sort of on that sort of the same level. I think, with your record, I mean, showing just your record and showing obviously you've had a couple of stoppages in there. I've watched one of the two of the fights on ones I could find on YouTube today. There's definitely something here, definitely something there. And if I was your promoter or your management team, I'd be like, we need to see how far we can push you in what directions and where it could go, because I think there's something there. So I'll stop that bus and I won't get any further down the road on that one. Talk to me a little bit then, obviously, about you said you see where you'd like to go if all the stars aligned. Is there a sort of championship belt that you think, do you know what, if I got to that, I'd be happy?
In all honesty, I just want to run this to the best of my ability. That is the honest truth. I don't have no final destination. I just want to be the best version of myself I can be, and take every opportunity I could. And when I look back at boxing, when it's all said and done, I said, you know what? I gave it my best, and I took the opportunities that I had. And that is just where I am. There's no goals in terms of that. I just want to push myself to the limit.
To see where the journey takes you.
That's it.
I like that. Talking of the journey, you've, as you said, alongside the sports, you're a businessman. You're an entrepreneur. You have several gyms, from what I understand, from what I've read. How did you get into business? How do you manage your business and managing boxing?
Easy. I have a super supportive wife. She helps me manage the gyms. We've now only got one gym.
Okay.
But at one point we had three. But we've now just got one gym that we're happy with. So yeah, we're just running the one gym. She does Ash does her classes, she does her PTs, I do my PTs when I can do my PTs, and we just run it as a unit. One income, one team, and a solid one. So that's pretty much short and sweet with that answer, but it's having a super supportive wife that's my business partner.
It's great that you found someone you can and talk to and operate on that level. And not all relationships are like that, I know. So it's really good that you can have that person to support you and look after you. You do your own nutrition as well, you said as well earlier.
Yeah, I do all my own nutrition. Yeah.
So how do you find that with sort of managing that between that? Do you do nutrition for others as well? I don't know. Sorry.
No, I don't do nutrition for others. It's just I'm not interested in really doing nutritional stuff with other people. I hate writing diet plans. I hate all that. I constantly learn as I go along with that sort of stuff. But I've been there, done that, wore the t-shirts. I know the crack. I've been large. I've been very small. I've been in between. Do you know what I mean? It's just time. But yeah, I enjoy trying new recipes and trying to find some stuff out, and I do note it all down now, so eventually I could go into that when I've just got a bit more time. But at the minute, I just haven't got the time to be managing other people's diets and nutrition, and I don't really want the accountability either, to be honest.
Well, you said if I eat this, I'll be all right, and it's only 3,000 calories, and he's. So,
yeah, pretty much.
That's what I do to myself. So I was like, if I only eat one, that's okay, because there's only 30 calories in that little one, and then I eat 12 of them. So it's not good then, is it? So that's fine. Grand. So once everything is sort of, if you see where the journey took you, the journey came to an end. Let's say in 10 years' time or so. What would you like to do then afterwards? Would you sort of like to still be involved in boxing, coaching, management, or you're just happy just doing what you do with the gym, etc.? I can see your eyes are going already. So tell me the plan afterwards, after we hang the gloves up.
Do you know what? I still want to be involved in boxing. There's been talks with me and Jace about getting involved, staying involved in boxing. I've already got my level 1 amateur coaching. I'll be looking to get my level 2 very soon. I think that year mark will come in the next few months. So I'll be getting my level 2, and then I'll be looking at doing my pro license stuff. So I'm going to stay involved in boxing. As I said, I'm very much involved in the strength and conditioning side for some professionals as it stands, some professional MMA fighters, and that's a massive passion. I'm so blessed that, do you know what? I thought this the other day, and this is no sign of me ready to call it quits, because I'm on a hot streak at the minute. I'm doing well. I love it. I'm happy. But do you know what? I thought the other day, do you know what? It's bloody good that when boxing's said and done, I can really focus on some of the fighters that I've got as well. And that's exciting as well.
Yeah, that is exciting, because you can kind of live through osmosis in that respect as well. You can kind of help and guide them to things that you you thought, I don't know how it all works, because obviously I'm not that person, but I can imagine that you're going to be able to thrive on that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, would you rather like to stay inside boxing, or would you go down that sort of more MMA sort of side of it and that sort of thing. Is that more attractive? Is there a part that's more attractive to you or not?
There's no more. I've got some good clients on both sides, and let's just see where the journey takes me. I've got some very high expectations of some of them as well. So it's so yeah, we'll see. But I've got a good feeling about a few of my clients, so I'm looking forward to seeing where that journey goes. That's both in MMA and boxing, so it's exciting.
Watch this space.
And it's really exciting to take a lot of my clients have. It's been nice that I've took them from stage 1 upwards. So to see them really thrive and look like where they're going and where they want to be is great. It's amazing.
Good stuff. So see where the journey takes. It's all about the journey, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah. It's not about the destination. Who cares when you hit that destination? It's like, what's next?
What's next? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, you always get to the train station. You're like, well, where do I go now? Where can I go now? What can I do now? You don't sit at the station waiting. So that's fair.
No,
that's
absolutely.
I was going to say that. I think we've kind of covered most things in regards to that. Is there anything I've missed that you want to sort of talk about? Highlights?
No, that's cool. I think we digressed off conversation.
Nice.
Anyways, that's good. Yes, we sort of covered some extra bits, I think. So it's good. Yeah.
That's good, man. I had a feeling like you may want to say something else about something else or something not related to boxing per se. And that's that. I know that's the premise of the podcast, but if there was anything else, but if not, we'll bring it to a close and we'll do our little either or sort of questions. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go for it.
Cool, man. So, Conan Murray, the Barbarian. Here we go. Seconds out, round 1. Southpaw or orthodox?
I prefer southpaws. I like the right hand. It's a bit easier to connect with. I'll be honest.
Headshots or body shots?
I do like my body shots, but you can't go wrong with a good old headshot.
You can't. Just look at Usyk on the weekend.
Yeah.
Train alone or with a partner?
Wow. Do you know what? Majority of my life, I'd say train alone, but over these last couple of years, train with a partner. If they can keep up or push you further, definitely train with a partner.
Early bird or night owl?
I'm a night owl. I do not do early mornings. I don't start any PTs before 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is when I start. I'm not getting up any earlier. My wife, on the other hand, she's the opposite. She starts classes at 5:30 in the morning. She's crazy.
See,
not for me.
I'll be in her camp. That's fine. I can do 5 a.m.s. I can do 5
Not
a.m.s.
a chance.
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. I'm like, I'm ready for bed. I need to go to sleep now. So it's no good at the ring announcers because the show's going on till like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, going.
Yeah, I don't go to bed any earlier than 12.
Heavy bag or speed bag?
A heavy bag. Terrible at speed bag.
You know what? Everyone loves a good heavy bag. Not many people have said, I think, over the whole 50 odd episodes now. So anyway, I digress. Underdog or favourite?
Dog.
Underdog or favourite?
Oh, I thought you said, what's your favourite dog?
You can say what
bloody hell, I've got 3. I can't pick my favourite dog.
You can say
can't do that to me on a live feed. They'll all be staring at me going, who did you pick? No, underdog. Always the underdog. I am the underdog.
In the gym or outdoor training?
In the gym. That's why I box. I got fed up of rugby, that rain and the snow. No, not for me.
I was going to say, I can sympathise with you. I used to play back in uni myself, so I wasn't very good. I'm a Welshman, but I should be able to play rugby, but I wasn't very good. I was a hooker and a prop and about 25 stone at the pint. At that one point. I was a big lump of a lad. Didn't move and I thought couldn't run, so it didn't make much difference. So that's where they put me in the game. Anyway, I digress. Short and powerful punches or long and technical?
Can I go long and powerful because I've got really long limbs, but I'm quite powerful, so I like to sort of go in the middle with that. Or long arms.
That's fair enough. Fight dirty or fight clean?
Fight clean.
Okay.
It's honour. It's honourable.
I'm sure you've been in the room with a few people who fought dirty though.
Yeah, potentially, but I prefer Honour amongst thieves.
Fair enough. The louder crowd or a quiet atmosphere?
The louder crowd. The barbarian horde is loud. Yeah, it's got to be the loud crowd.
Make sure you blow those horns, yeah? Quick knockout or strategic win?
Early night. Get me to that McDonald's.
Do you have an after? This is one thing I've started asking. Do you have an after fight?
It's
ritual?
McDonald's. It's just too late. It's too late to get anything go anywhere else. So we just go to McDonald's and I just order the place out. Bills end up about 40 quid or something. Just like nuts from McDonald's order.
I was going to say 40 quid now again probably doesn't get as much as it used to.
No.
There you go. Last but not least, hypothetical question: AJ or Fury?
Fury all day. I
think we're generally on that risk now. We're on that way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I hope so.
I hope it happens, to be honest, because I think the fans will win. We'll see what we all want to see. We all want to see it for as long as because he's calling out crazy people nowadays and Canelo or whatever else. He was Pacquiao, and I was going, mate, just do the AJ fight so we can all be happy. All right, just don't worry about anyone else.
On that, yeah.
Just do that. Just get that over the line. We'd all be happy, and we can all put it to bed.
End the arguments.
End the arguments, because the pub conversations, like you said, will go on for many, many years, and we'll just wish it didn't happen. If it had happened, or what if, you know?
Yeah.
What if Rocky Marciano has got in the ring with Tyson Fury or something like that, or Iron Mike? You know, it's that type of question, isn't it? So
it's the Kell Brook Khan, isn't it?
True.
At least it happened.
At least it did happen eventually.
Yeah.
Way years past their prime, both of them, but never mind. At least it happened. How do people get in contact with you, Conan? How do they follow your journey? How do they get to see more about you and find out more?
Conan the Barbarian on Instagram. And that's it. I'm only on Instagram, I think. Yeah, Instagram and Facebook. That's all I'm on. I don't like the others.
Fair enough.
My life's too boring to be on Twitter.
I think you have to be. I think you have to have something to say, or someone to argue with. If you've got people to argue with, then you're okay. Like you like Donald Trump. Everyone just loves a good argument with him. So it's fine.
I actually my arguments with these. Can't do it on Twitter, can you?
No, you have to be savvy and collective, and
that's it. No, it's not me.
Political almost. Anyway, cool, man. Thank you so much for coming on the Big Hype podcast.
No problem at all.
We look for. When are you? Have you got an idea of dates now for your next fight?
September, October time.
Okay. We'll keep it posted. Tag us on things as well. We can share it on our own as well. So, but thank you so much for coming on the Big Hype podcast tonight. It's been a pleasure to have you on.
No problem.
And, thank you again one more time. Give it up for Conan the Barbarian Murray.
Thank you very much.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for listening to the Big Hype podcast. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and really I just want to ask you personally, if you could just send this on to a friend. Send it in their text, to their socials, to WhatsApp, whatever. However you get it to them, just get it to them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it, and I certainly will appreciate it. So thanks again for listening to the Big Hype podcast, and thank you again for sending and sharing.
This has been a Big Hype production, edited and produced by Jonathan Millard, assisted by Riverside FM and distributed by Buzzsprout, available on all good podcast platforms. For more information, visit www.bighypepodcast.co.uk.